Hi, my name is Pat, and this is my channel, Book Chat with Pat, and I'm glad that you're here. Today I'm going to be doing the 10 Untouched Books Tag. This is an original tag that was created by Rainier at Rainier Books, and I was tagged by him, and I was also tagged by Debs at Rainier Reads Stuff. There's only one prompt for this tag. Present 10 books from your shelves that have been there at least a year or more and present them. This is about creating awareness to read from our shelves, enhance sustainability, and maybe even saving some bucks. So here we go, 10 books that I own that I think I've had for at least a year that I haven't read yet. The first is Eleanor Catton's newest novel, Burnham Wood. I was a big fan of her earlier novel, for which she won the Booker Prize, and that's The Luminaries. And when I heard about this, I was very excited about it, and I don't even know why I just haven't gotten to it. I loved the title because it is Shakespearean, has echoes of Macbeth. I read wonderful things about it. It was one of the 100 notable books of the New York Times for the year 2023, and I still haven't gotten to it. I had been engaged in an ongoing project where I was reading Charles Dickens novels, and I'm nowhere near having read all of them, though I've read quite a bit. But one that I have on my shelf is The Old Curiosity Shop, and I have never read this. I had started this Dickens project long before I had my BookTube channel, and I seem to have gotten a bit derailed, and I just haven't made any progress for a long time. And I had bought a couple of Dickens books that I hadn't read around the time that I started my channel, and I still haven't read them. But that is certainly one that I would like to get to. Very early in my time on BookTube, I heard an absolutely brilliant review of Simone Jimenez's The Spear Cuts Through Water. I heard this, or I saw a video where my friend Darko at Kindles and Kicks had reviewed this, and I think it was like one of the first books that I think I bought just from watching a booktuber talk about another book. And then I recently saw another video that Darko did at the beginning of this year, where he talked about his best books of last year, and he talked about this again, and I thought, I still haven't read this book, but this is one that's been on my shelf definitely for a year, and it's definitely one that I would like to get to. Last year, when I was dipping my toes into horror for the first time, I read The Horror Store by Grady Hendrix, and I thought that it was really good. I thought it was fun, and after that, I bought the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires because I thought that it would be really fun also, and I still haven't gotten to it. Another BookTube buy, Andy Weir's Project Hail Mary. Now, this is another one of those where I'm probably the only person left on Earth who hasn't read this. I did read The Martian, and I liked that, and I had every intention, and still have every intention, of reading Project Hail Mary. I've also heard that the audio book for this is truly exceptional. And, with my newfound love of science fiction, there's no excuse for my not having read this. So, one of these days. Prior to my trip to Ireland, I had begun reading reading Irish literature very, very intensely. And one book that I had hoped to read before my trip, and I didn't get to it, though I had purchased it before the trip. And then I was also going to read this in a buddy read with my friend Kim at Middle of the Book March. And we have put that off a couple of times now. And that is Colin Walsh's Kala. This is a debut novel. Roddy Doyle says it's a thriller and a lot more. I have heard a lot of people talk about this. I've heard several reviews. I've read several reviews. It's still one I want to read. I know Kim wants to read it too. Hopefully we will do that at some point. Last year I had discovered William Kent Krueger, and I read several of his novels in close succession, and I really, really liked, I really do like him. And I know, or I learned that he has a series, the Cork O'Connor mystery series, and I hadn't read any of those. You know, the books of his that I've been reading have been his standalone novels, but I know that Iron Lake is the first of his Cork O'Connor mystery series. And, you know, when I read the last 3 of his newer standalone novels, I purchased this thinking that I would get into the Cork O'Connor mystery series and that I would start from the beginning. And so far, I have not done that. Another book that I've had for longer than a year, and one that I forgot was on my bookshelf, and this is Neil McGregor's Shakespeare's Restless World, a portrait of an era in 20 objects. Maybe for Shake-tember. I don't know. We'll see. Now, the next 2 are books that are definitely on deck for me to read. These are books I'm going to be reading as buddy reads. One is Connie Willis's Doomsday book. This is the first in the novels of the Oxford Time Travel series, and I'm going to be reading this with Alex at Alex Unabridged. So this one's definitely coming off my shelf. It's been on my shelf for about a year. This one hasn't been there for longer than that, but Alex and I are going to be reading that together. And the next one is a book that Renee at Beyond Books and I are going to be doing a buddy read of, and this is Stephen King's Duma Key. And this I have definitely had for a long time. And it has come highly recommended to both of us, and we are looking forward to reading that in that one we're going to be reading in August. So these are 10 books that I've been meaning to get to, wanting to get to, and hopefully I will sometime in the near future. I've always said that I don't think I have the fortitude to do the read what you own challenge. As I watch all of my friends, you know, make these lists of 25, 50, 100, 150, 200, 500 books that they're going to read from their shelves before they buy a new book. I've always thought I just don't have it in me to do that. But looking at this pile of 10, well, that seems doable. Those seem like something I could definitely at least work at a little bit, but no promises. Anyway, this is a great original tag. And if you're watching this and you want to get in on this and talk about some books that you've had for a long time, please consider yourself tagged. And as I always do, I'm going to tag some people in the notes below. And I'll also mention, I'll list all of the people that I mentioned in this video as well, so you can consider yourselves tagged too. So That's it for today. As always, I thank you for watching. I hope that you're doing well. I'll speak with you again soon. Take care.